Alright everyone, this is Brian from Provision Studios. I'm just making a quick video here on the Canon VIXIA HF G50. I never got the sunlight I was hoping for. It's July 4th weekend, and I was hoping to test out the FEELWORLD T7 light with the G50's on-camera display going through the HDMI port with, high sunlight, but I'm not getting any. So, kind of doing the best with what I got to work with. Right now I'm at 5.6 with an ND filter at 1/8. Also, that's my iris. Also, I'm at 1/48 shutter, 0 decibel of gain. I am on my tripod. And I am going off of the exposure on my camera and the zebras on the FEELWORLD T7 monitor. So I'm using a combination of the two. I'm using my audio meter from the G50 and the zebras off of the T7. So I do have some sun coming out right now, though. I'm going to pick up the tripod and move down. Alright. So right now I have the sun behind me. And I'm shooting out with the sun on my back, and I can see everything absolutely clearly on this T7. All of the settings on the G50 are clearly visible on the FEELWORLD T7 display. The image is absolutely vibrant. I can see exactly what my lens has in the shot. I can see the battery on the camera, and above it I can see the battery on the T7. And I am panning around now to try to get the angle where I don't have a clear view, and one does not exist. Regardless of how I turn this camera right now, with the sun out right now, I can see the T7 clearly. Even behind me with the sun glaring on it, I can still make out the image. I mean, this is just really, I'm really impressed. Very, very, very impressed with this setup I have right now. So this is an iPhone video of the rig that I have set up right now with the Canon G50 on my tripod with the T7 on-camera monitor from FEELWORLD with a Sony F970 battery. I am using the display settings from the G70, the G50, coming through on the T7, as you can see here in this frame. Perfect. Brilliant. Guys, I'm just really, really happy right now. This is more than I was hoping for. Wasn't expecting the sun to come. I was doing it just to get a shot. And then the sun came out. Just like almost right on cue. So, perfect, perfect, perfect. I am very, very pleased at this setup I have. Again, I have the Canon VIXIA HF G50 running via HDMI. It's through the HDMI out into a FEELWORLD T7 on-camera field monitor, and I'm using the on-camera display to go through the to be fed through the HDMI. In other words, it's not a clean HDMI out right now. I am sending all of the signal that would be on my monitor, my on-camera monitor, into the FEELWORLD monitor so that I can see the settings. The reason is the monitor is hard to see on the camera out in sunlight. And I was hoping I could get a solution, and the solution is the T7 in more ways than one. I mean, this really is a fabulous piece of gear that works great in this rig. I'm very pleased. Alright guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. You can also email me at bbuck822@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Also, feel free to leave any comments also in the comments section. If you would like to have see any video or any footage made, don't hesitate to email me or put it in the comment section below. You can like and subscribe if you care to, and I'd appreciate that. Again, thanks everyone. Hope you guys are having a great holiday weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye bye now. Hey guys, I've come inside and I went over all the footage from outside that I just shot on the G50 using the monitor on the T7, and I had to make a closing segment here, although I've pretty much said everything I need to say in the outside video shot. I'm so pleased. I wanted to make one final statement here at the end. This really has turned out to be better than I had hoped. The G50, when I first took it out of the box a couple weeks ago, I had a lot of excitement. I know you guys, if you watched that video, and I'll put a link to the original unboxing right up here, you could see the I think you could see the excitement on my face and hear the excitement in my voice. I was like, yeah, this is a great camera, great camera. I just absolutely loved the form factor in it, the how it felt in my hand. It was just a solid piece of equipment. Nothing against the Sony AX53, but the AX53 felt like those camcorders that I gave camcorders a bad name. That were just from the you know, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, you know, where you know, we'd all be running around with our camcorders, and they were just these little things, and that is not what the AX53 is. The Sony FDR AX53 is a beast, and I'm not disparaging it at all. The G50, when you put it in your hand, you're like, wow, this is the quality that I want to work with, and that's the best way I can sum it up. Getting the G50 made me want to use it, and you guys can tell what's happened to my channel since this camera's come into my studio. I've been making almost a video a day, which is what you want. You want to be inspired by the gear you have, the gear you own, the gear you use to create, and the G50 is a creative tool that I use. Anyway, I was excited when I first took this out of the box and shot that initial footage alongside the AX53. And then I realized that I had a, well, I'm such an idiot. I had a custom white balance set on the AX53 from a shot I had done previously in another, wasn't even in this state, it was actually in Alabama where I did the shooting. And I was like, man, this G50 is awesome. Look at it side by side to the 53. And then I realized it. I was like, man, I made that video and I even uploaded it. And the camera, it wasn't a fair comparison. The AX53 already was sort of tainted because it was shooting for a white balance that wasn't in this room. And when I took that custom white balance off and put these side by side, it was not quite what I saw in the unboxing. And then I started noticing things about the camera, namely the stabilization. I took this off the tripod, took it out in my yard where I thought this was going to shine, and started seeing some kinks in the armor. And those kinks are still there. I've done stabilization tests with this shooting footage just the other day, and it's still, I'm still not happy with it. I mean, I'm resigned to the fact that that's what I have to deal with because I have a $1,000 camcorder and I don't have a quality gimbal to put it on right now. So I'm doing the best I can. That will improve. I expect to find a gimbal that'll fit on it. By the way, if you guys are using any gimbals for the G50 and you're watching this video, please leave comments in the section below. Help me out. We can help each other. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make as much content as I can. If you guys find it valuable and you have some experience working with the G50, throw me a bone. Say, hey, I'm using this gimbal, or hey, I heard this gimbal can work, or whatever. I'd love to know. Anyway, that will help. That won't hurt. But I used the Z-Audio recently with the Canon on here and the FEELWORLD T7 on here, and it actually was a better experience than just having the G50 on here. So the added weight, it came to a full 3 pounds with the camera and the monitor on here. It weighed 3 pounds. That definitely helped with the stabilization of the footage. Now I am walking around in a yard that actually coming up on 3 years ago. This October, my yard was a rutted mess from over 28. I think I had 32 total trees that were down in my yard. Those holes are still out there. As I'm walking around and trying to maneuver around them, I'm stepping in these soft spots in my yard where the root system is still decaying because the trees are no longer there. So I've got, anyway, I have not yet done a smooth road or smooth surface stabilization test where I'm sure this will do much better. So, but I am comparing it to the AX53 that does a little bit better than this. So it's real world. I mean, I'm not going to be on a level ground every time I want to shoot a video. So this has to be able to perform to a certain level. Anyway, I kind of started seeing some things that made me start questioning the camera. And then I got the light. And then I got the monitor. And then I got them all together. And then I started seeing, wow, with just a little bit of added accessories, adding a little bit of better functionality, my footage was able to improve. I was able to see everything that was coming into that lens right here. Like, I can reach out and touch it right now, and I can see it. I can see exactly what I'm shooting. I can see everything about my frame right in front of my face. I just took it outside, and guys, I almost wanted to cry out there because I was getting so frustrated with this, the screen on this. Not that it's bad. It's not bad. It's just when you spend $1,000, you want something to work a certain way. And I wanted this thing to work even more than a certain way because I love, as I said, starting the segment, the form factor. This camera made me want to love it from the way it was built. And I was bound and determined to find a way to make this camera work. And there's still things I can do. There's more things I can push it further. I can go out and I can get a Atomos Ninja 5, run it out of here, capture 10-bit 422, and have a major increase in quality, and maybe start, even pushing, my envelope for my own videos, that I do here in the studio. I think it'd be a little overkill. 8-bit, 1080p is more than enough for me just running off at the mouth, sharing any bit of knowledge I may have with the world. But 10-bit 422 is serious. It's a serious upgrade, and this camera can do it. That was the #1 reason. 10-bit 422 out of the HDMI port. When I saw that, I said, now that's something you don't normally see for $1,000. I was willing to go with the smaller sensor. I was willing to go with the lack of dual pixel autofocus, and I was willing to go with the optical stabilization because everything I heard about it was great. Everyone said, "Oh, you'll love that optical stabilizer. It's one of the best in the industry," and I'm sure it is. Maybe I'm just a hard critic. Either way, I've come around because of the T7. It's right off camera here. Oh, you can see it right there, actually. Right there it is. That's the shield, so. No, you can't. Anyway, it's right here off camera. This thing is exactly what I needed. It's what I wanted. It helps me see everything that this lens is seeing, and seeing it in the fashion I wanted to see it in. So when I was out back just a couple days and I was shooting footage with the T7, and I was making these adjustments on the camera, and I was like blindly making adjustments because I couldn't see whether I was adjusting the iris, I knew I wasn't adjusting the shutter, or the gain, the ISO. On here it's called gain, but I got to do it. I got to do a test. If you guys know the ISO equivalent of gain, throw that in the comment section too. I guess I could Google it and find out. But like I'm at 6 dB of gain right now. What is that? What ISO is that? Or is it not something you can compare? Is that not something you can say? Oh well, if you've got 6 dB of gain, it's going to be ISO blah 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 500 or whatever. That'd be something I'd like to know. There's just a lot of things that I'm seeing on this monitor right now that I wanted to see the other day in the backyard, and it was all from one little setting I manually had turned off when I first got this because I wanted to clean HDMI out. I knew it was on the camera. I said it in that video, and I couldn't find it that day when I stopped recording and brought the camera back inside and was looking. I was flipping through the menus and I couldn't find it. So I was like, oh man. And then later that night, I was sitting out here in the studio and I was doing something over on my computer, and I said to myself, man, I know I turned that setting off. So I went through the menu about 4 or 5 times, repeatedly, until I don't know why I wasn't missing it. I don't know why I was missing it, but finally I found it. And I turned it on and I got excited. I was like, oh, there it is, I've got it. So, ever since then, I think that my enthusiasm for this Canon VIXIA HF G50 has returned to the level it was the day I did the initial unboxing. I love this rig. I love the camera. I love the T7. Now, will I always have the T7? I don't know. I just mentioned the Atomos Ninja 5. I can see that in my future. I can see it in this camera's future only because of the 10-bit 422 output you get from the HDMI. That's, to me, if I want to do serious video production, that's where you start, right there. You improve the overall quality of the image you're capturing with with your device. That's the way to do it. Not to mention, I'd be recording the SSD instead of an SD card, which already is a major upgrade there alone. So the footage, the way that you're capturing the footage, not only is it a higher quality with an improved color depth, but you're also recording to a more stable storage device that's not going to cause potential artifacts into your footage. Nothing against SDs. I'm just saying there are limitations. So there's a lot of things here that are in play over the next couple months. Gimbal, Atomos Ninja 5. I mean, that's another $1,000 right there, probably easy. Especially with the accessories you got to buy for the Ninja. You got to have an SSD, right off the bat. So I could see repurposing the T7 with the proper HDMI cable to the AX53. But see, I never had a problem seeing the images on the AX53. It was just something with this. Anyway. And another thing, you guys may call me crazy, the fog or the condensation is real. I could take the AX53, walk right outside from my studio right now, regardless of how the temperature is now, pop open the monitor, hit record, and I'm in business. With this, I literally had to wait to make this video. Not this video, the previous segment where I was outside. I had to wait to make that. I'm glad I did not, because I got the sun in the shot. But anyway, I had to wait to make that because every time I took the camera outside to shoot it, the lens would fog up. And I'm like, what is going on? Come on, man. So that's real. It's happening, guys. I can't say that it happens to all my cameras. It doesn't. This camera, whatever reason, the lens seems to be overly sensitive to condensation or to humidity or whatever's going on. So anyway, I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that problem too. I've rambled on long enough. This was supposed to be a short little add-on at the end, and as usual, I keep going on longer than I intend. But we're all good. Thank you again, everyone, for your support on my channel. It is truly appreciated. I hope that everyone is doing fine and staying safe, and we will talk to you really soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.